Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi guys, welcome to episode 162 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. So, is it calming down in your part of the world, or are you still playing dodgeball with everything going on? My guess is you are probably dealing with some of the same things we are here in the South, Memphis, Tennessee. It can be really hard to manage your mind when there seems to be so much going on in the world, can't it? Especially if it's negatively affecting your kids or your spouse or anyone in your family, really. I mean, sometimes we just have to realize there are going to be things outside of our control that affect us, which can be really frustrating. But that's universal and you're not alone. I mean, we all feel that way at times. But even within all of the things going on, we still have choices. We still get to make choices. Sometimes we make the things that we're dealing with worse because of the meaning we attach to them. For instance, they're requiring a mask, again, where I live. I don't like it. A big part of that probably has to do with how I was raised. I mean, with all the requirements and the shaming if you didn't conform. And it seems like that's what people are doing in mass right now. But is that really true, or is that what I'm creating? I just making it mean that because of my framework about control. So I do tend to revolt at the thought of someone shaming me for doing something I don't want to do. Now, it's not good or bad, it just is what it is. But I found that I really have to work on my mindset because I can get myself kind of worked up if I let my brain have its way. I mean, I'll have thoughts like, well, they're just trying to take all our freedoms, or they want power and light control. Now, how in the world is that going to make my day go well? It isn't. But what if I softened it and said, this is a virus. It's a serious virus that people are really scared of. And I can choose to not go places where I have to wear a mask. So when I do go somewhere that requires it, I'm making a choice to do that. I could also choose to not wear it at all and have someone have to tell me to put it on. That's not my favorite thing to do, but I have done that. So it has been helping me a lot because I've been focusing on choices I do have rather than the mandates and the regulations over which I have no control. So you see, softening it and focusing on my choices gives me control of how I think about it rather than letting my brain run free with it and creating all those horrible scenarios that end up nowhere good and are more than likely not even going to happen. So we can also make our choices work for us, okay? So my husband and I were having a conversation with friends the other night about our new renovation and how much we're enjoying it so much. Someone made a comment about a good recipe for making biscuits in a convection oven. And my husband said, oh, well, Heidi can't have biscuits. I laughed. And I said, actually, I can have them. I choose not to. Because the minute you tell your brain it can't have something or do something, it's going to send you all kinds of signals that it wants it so bad. So this is a good one if you're working on a cleaner eating lifestyle. Put the power in your hands by choosing to say something like, oh, I don't eat biscuits, or I don't eat dairy, rather than, well, I'm not allowed to have that on my diet. When you say that, you're giving your power to the diet guy in the sky setting the rules for you. No, you set the rules for you. Because you're doing this, you care about the way you look and the way you feel. It's as simple as that. You could actually eat whatever you want. You're an adult. It's your choice. And you're choosing your health over your cravings. Eventually, when you've made that choice often enough, you won't even have those cravings anymore. I know because I'm living proof. Money is another area where this can work really well. We had friends over that were talking about a vacation home, and they said, well, we can't afford it. When they actually, we know they have the money in the bank to buy it outright. So it's really just a choice. I told them, I said, actually, you can afford it. It's just not where you want to spend your money. And they were like, yeah, actually, you're right. You see, it feels good to acknowledge yourself and the good choices that you make. If you're constantly telling yourself, no, you can't do that or have that, and you feel bad about it, well, the likelihood of that lasting, it's not so great. I mean, everything is about mindset, everything we do. And we start kind of young knowing that too. I mean, my friend Julie wrote a book called Peace, Possibilities, and Perspective, which I loved. I just finished it, and one of the chapters she talks about kids and how sometimes they throw a fit in the grocery store. Have you ever had that happen? But they're throwing a fit because you've told them no to something that they wanted. But what if you gave them options? I loved this. What if you said, no, you can't have that candy bar, but guess what? I'm going to let you choose whatever kind of fruit you want. Look at all your choices. Look at all this beautiful fruit. You can choose whatever you want. All of a sudden, their little mind is like, oh, I have choices, and kind of get excited about it. You give them a little bit of control. Now, I don't have kids, so I don't know if that really works. Some of you may be rolling your eyes. I don't know. But I thought it sounded like a really good idea. Instead of just putting your foot down, you're giving them choices. And that's most of the time what we want, isn't it? To feel like we have a choice, like we've got some sort of control over our life. And we do. We have so many choices that we make every single day. I mean, we can make life hard on ourselves by attaching meaning that makes us feel bad, or we can find a way to make our choices work for us. Because every day we wake up in America, we have choices. Everything we do is a choice, for the most part. I mean, our life right now, this moment, is a result of the choices we've made up until today. But what about the you in the future? I mean, picture yourself 5 years from now. No, I mean, really clearly get a picture of who you're going to be 5 years from now. What are you going to be doing? How is your health? How are your finances? How are you going to look and feel? Are you going to wish you had made different choices? Are you going to wish you had started saving money or got that degree or stopped smoking or made better food choices? You have control of that. You control your future self right now by the choices you make every day from here on out. Don't have any regrets. You control that today. Love yourself enough to be selfish about self-care. Love yourself enough to put in the work at the gym, to treat your body like a temple and make your home feel like a respite. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to be proud of how you look in your clothes, whatever that means. You deserve to make choices that make you better. Now, we tend to make choices based on what others want or what others think. And a lot of times we look to other people to decide how we should feel about something. When deep down, you know what's right for you. There's no one size fits all. You know if what you're eating is nourishing you. You know if what you're listening to or reading is making you better. You know innately if the path you're on right now is leading you to the best version of you possible or not. And here's the thing. Once you start on a path that's nurturing you, it gets addictive and you don't want to turn around. And it's not too late to start. I don't care how old you are. I mean, you could start today, and a year from now, you will be amazed at what you've accomplished. And it all starts with one thing: your choices. My challenge to you today is just be aware of the choices you're making daily. You don't even have to change anything right now. Just be aware. Awareness is the first step. Take note of what you're eating, drinking, watching, and doing. Would your future self look back and want to hit you on the head? Or would they want to give you a high five? Only you can answer that. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.